Okay, ready to go.
All right, go ahead. If you can read the sunshine statement and roll call, that'd be great.
Be advised that proper notice has been given by the Township Council in accordance with the Sunshine Law in the following manner. Notice advertised in the Burlington County Times and Camden Courier Post on January 7th, 2021, and posted on the bulletin board on the same date. Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Jenny?
Here.
Ms. Pareo? Mr. Lyon?
Here.
Mr. Burrell?
Here. Thank you, Jamie. And good evening, everybody. This is our April 27th, 2021 work session. Just saying that, so if you watch online, you know what date it is because the videos do not say all the time. First up, we have our consent agenda. This is for resolution 2021-74 all the way to resolution 77. Is there any objections to the consent agenda, to the items in the consent agenda?
No.
Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved, Tom Lyon.
Second, Lynn.
And Jamie, if you can call the roll, please.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Jenny?
Aye.
Mr. Lyon?
Aye.
Mr. Burrell?
Aye, and the consent agenda carries and the resolutions therein as well. So we're right into our work session agenda tonight. A couple different items to discuss. First up, we have our field committee discussion. So we're taking another playbook out of the, they're going to call me the committee queen, which I'm more than happy to hold that honor. But, you know, after speaking with the mayor and I met with the Athletic Association, and they brought up some concerns about the fields here in town. And the mayor has been in depth with the AA and the soccer club, so I don't want to take away his thunder. So Mayor, I'll ask for you to chime in a minute. But in order to get to some of the nuances of these issues and brainstorm some policy implications, we're proposing promoting a field committee and the members that we've listed to take a look at this, sort of like we did with the communications committee, and then ultimately they could report back to the administration and council with some recommendations or further information. So Mayor, at that time, do you have anything else you want to add in addition to the memo that everybody received?
Actually, not all that much. I think that, you know, we have a representative group from all the folks that are involved with the field usage on a regular basis from town. And I think it's going to be a good opportunity for us to kind of hear them out completely and then see what we can do to address the issues on more of a planned process rather than kind of an ad hoc triage as we're trying to do now. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully we'll be able to rip off the Band-Aid and actually cure what the underlying issues are, you know, as best as we can.
Thank you, Mayor. Any thoughts, questions, comments from council? All right, well, seeing none, then I'll ask for a quick amendment before I ask for the motion to appoint the committee. There are those members that are listed there, and the representative from the school district will be Anthony Guidotti, who is the athletic director for the school. So he's probably the most knowledgeable in this area and can join us. So with that, I'll ask for a motion to appoint this standing committee and the members that are listed in the memo.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Marlo. Second. And Jamie, should we call a roll for this?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Jenny?
Aye.
Mr. Lyon?
Aye.
Mr. Burrell?
Aye, and the motion carries. The committee is formed. So Mayor will work with getting with your schedule and, you know, everybody else on the committee and get them a meeting scheduled in short order. Great. And next up we have our, and thank you, council, for stepping up and helping us put that together. Next up, we have our sewer claim. I think there's only one adjustment. And they're recommending charging the average for 2019 and 2020 billing, which is 9 gallons. Does council have any objection to that? Yeah, I don't either. So I think we're good with that, Jamie. You can just add that to the public portion.
Okay.
Okay, great. Moving right along. Item number C will be our easiest item tonight. I'm going to request that we lay this on the table as I spoke to Sal this morning about it with our engineer. They're going to get us some more information on this. Jim would like to prepare sort of a letter memo describing what our options are and outlining some of the details of this before we make a decision that impacts the potential burden on the township for increased sewer and that affects this development. So we will get an answer to the developer here in question, but it's just a matter of we want to have the right information in front of us to make an informed decision and not just off intuition. Is council okay with that? If I could just I'm going to just ask for a motion to table this till Jim and Sal can get us some more information.
So moved, Tom Lyon.
I'll Second. second.
Thank you, Marlon. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. This is on the table effectively. So Sal, if you can just work with Jim, and he said he'll give you a call and you guys can touch base and get us something for a future meeting.
Okay, yeah, we'll follow up tomorrow.
Okay, great. Thanks, Sal. And last on our work session agenda is the janitorial bids. I'm going to kick this over to Jeff, but my understanding is that actually contrary to the memo, we actually have to go with CNS Cleaning Company because the other ones actually bid for only 4 days. Jeff reached out. So Jeff, if you just want to clarify that.
Yes, we reached out to the other bidders, and the bid that seemed to be the apparent low bidder got back to us indicating that they were bidding on 4 days a week. 4 days a week isn't sufficient for cleaning here because of the police department operation being 24 hours a day. So the only one that really bid, or the low bid for the 5 day a week, was the CNS Cleaning Company, which is our current company. So we would recommend that you authorize the bid to CNS at that $39,468.
Don't think we have an option. So any comments, questions, concerns from council? All right, seeing none. Is this something we do now, or would this go on the public portion?
We can do it at the public, I think.
Okay, if you're okay with that timeline, Jeff?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, that's perfect. Jamie, if you could just add that to the public agenda, would be great. And that concludes our work session. So now we'll go to 8 minutes. That's a pretty good record. Now we'll go to our reports from our staff, professionals, and elected folks. So first up, we have our clerk, Jamie Eggers. Jamie?
I have no report tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. And next up, we have our administrator, Jeff Hatcher. Jeff?
Just a reminder that the public hearing on the municipal budget is next Tuesday, May 4th at 7 p.m. The municipal budget is on the website along with the user-friendly budget and the budget PowerPoint for anybody to review. So if they have any questions, they can ask them at the public hearing. That's all I have.
Thanks, Jeff. Next up, we have our Mayor Katzenbach.
Hi. So this is the abridged version. I'm going to do my best. Virginia asked that I kind of include some of the things from her report. So first, I'm anxious to get the Fields Committee underway. We'll try to schedule that as quickly as possible and hopefully find some permanent solutions to this. One of the things that Virginia and I, Councilwoman Pareo and I, have been working with the Friendship Park cleanup. That's been in need of a lot of attention. So working along with Serve with Senator Singleton team, we're going to do a beautification day at Friendship Park. It will be a team event with them. They have a large group of volunteers that like to come out and help. We'll coordinate with Public Works to give us what supplies we need. That'll be June 12th from 10 a.m. till noon at the Friendship Park. And it'll involve anything that needs to be done, like mulching or cleaning, weeding, whatever. So we look forward to that. We thank Senator Singleton for his interest in the community. And I thank Virginia for her help with putting that together. I just want to mention last Friday, we had an opportunity to continue the Anderson family's farm legacy to serve the community in a brand new way. This is kind of historic Delran landmark, as you all know, and it will serve as the local headquarters for Farmers Against Hunger. They're a group that works to reduce food waste and food insecurity by ensuring access to fresh and healthy produce for every family in New Jersey. Excuse me. They have some terrific things planned for educational gardening and nutritional programs, expansion of the farm area to grow new crops, as well as having a physical location for storage so they can distribute even more food that's donated by local farmers. I have to tell you about a Riverside High School student, Joelle McElroy, who's been working with an organization called Louie's Voice. This is a nonprofit which offers training for first responders on how to best interact with special needs individuals, specifically when those individuals are nonverbal during a crisis situation or any other interaction. So the Delran Police, Delran Fire, EMS now have awareness decals available for free. These stickers can be placed on vehicles on your vehicle or your residence to alert first responders to be aware that they may be interacting with a nonverbal individual. And in case of a fire, that they may need to search for someone in the home who will not be able to call for help. I genuinely enjoyed speaking with Joelle, who is truly a remarkable young woman. It was great to have the support of all the Delran organizations, as well as those from Riverside and Delanco. So we had last week, we also had the DEA Take Back. For those folks who are not aware, this is something that happens 24/7 anyway at the police department. All you have to do is go up and ring the ring button. And if someone's inside, they'll let you into the lobby. If they're not, someone will return to the station at their next safest opportunity. And you can turn in old prescription drugs or those that are no longer necessary. If a family member no longer takes these drugs, they can be turned in. Let's go to the numbers. This Saturday, they collected 12 pounds of drugs. That's an awful lot for little pills. But in the last 6 months, they've collected 198 pounds. That is quite an amazing accomplishment. And I applaud them for doing that. It keeps all those drugs off the street and out of the out of the drains. People flush them down the toilet, which is horrible for the environment. So I applaud them for doing that. The other thing that I'm sure Virginia was going to talk about, she joined me Saturday for the DEA thing, and maybe some of the other folks. I'll briefly mention that there was a seedling giveaway by the Green Team. It was their 6th annual tree giveaway. And as always, they do a great job. There were lots of folks that were out there. It was great to see everyone and share that experience with them. And finally, to the residents who today experienced a tragic fire at their home, I just want to ask residents to keep them in mind and in their prayers as that family navigates this difficult time. I'll certainly be reaching out to the family shortly after they catch their breath from what must have been just a tragic day for them, and see if there's any way that the bigger Delran community can help them moving forward. I know there are already some friends and neighbors that are putting together kind of a GoFundMe thing to help them get through the next couple of days, weeks, and probably months to get past this. So keep your eyes open on social media, and we will let you know how, as always, the Delran family helps one another. And that's my report. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. And next up, we have our solicitor, Sal Siciliano. Sal.
Just very briefly, we're continuing our efforts with regard to the revisions to the ordinances. So in the next few days, we'll get a couple more Jennifer, help me out here. What are the next couple ordinances you'll be submitting review letters in the next few days?
The noise ordinance had some issues with it, taxi cab, and I believe it's garage sales, but don't quote me on that last one.
So we'll submit, per our past practice, we'll submit a review letter comparing the current ordinance, what we think are some possible issues, and then make recommendations to either amend where possible, or in some instances, perhaps replace, repeal with an entire one. But it's part of the ongoing process that was started several weeks ago. So we're still in it. We're not done yet.
Thanks, Sal. Appreciate your guys' diligence and dedication to that issue.
Yep. That's all I have. That's to balance my report.
Thanks, Sal. Next up, we have members of council. First up, Councilman Marlowe Smith. Councilman?
Yes, thank you. This one's first, as the mayor mentioned, on Saturday, I was delighted to join members of the Green Team, as well as Mayor Catherine Bone and Council President Burrell, as well as Councilwoman Correa at the Green Team tree giveaway. Well attended. We had, tremendous volunteers there. I tell you, the Green Team, they do a great job, and they're just going to continue to beautify Delran, and I'm excited about all the work that they're doing. Second item I just wanted to mention is that I know that over the last couple of days between Governor Murphy and also today with President Biden, gotten some more relaxations on restrictions for COVID-19. But just want to make sure that everyone's still continuing to stay vigilant, as we know that there still is virus transmission that's going on. Looks like we should be able to get back to doing some more of the more regular activities that we're used to, provided that everyone is vaccinated. So just continue to keep those vaccination appointments. If you already got your first, make sure you keep your second, and the sooner we'll be able to get out of this and be able to get back to more of a normal state. And that concludes my report for today.
Thank you, Councilman. Next up, we have Councilman Lynn Jenny.
I have nothing to add to the report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. And next up, we have our Vice President of Council, Tom Lyon.
Thank you, Council President. Sorry, I missed the Green Team with the tree giveaway. I had a funeral to attend to, because that's always a great event when they do what they do. It's awesome for the community. And then the Farmers Against Hunger, that's really a cool program, and it kind of hits me a little bit, because if you can picture, my father grew up on a small farm in Delaware Township on Kings Highway, which is now Kings Highway, Cherry Hill. So try to picture all that. So my family has kind of a farming background, and I talked to Mr. Anderson on several occasions, and we talked about the old days and whatnot. And I think it's something that I'm going to get more involved with, and even my organization that I work through right now for some support for that program. I think it's a great program. It's a win-win for all the people, and I'm actually very, very excited with that one. I think that one's going to be pretty cool. Other than that, that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. And next up for my report, it's more of some housekeeping. Just so everybody's aware, the June 8th council work session is actually, there is none. I believe it's on the website, but we didn't advertise it at the beginning of the year. That is primary, the election. So there is no work session, right, Jamie? I'm right on that?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
cool. And with that, we normally in the summer months back down a little bit. The workload for council tends to slow down a little bit. So, with that in mind, and considering how fast we're getting through stuff here, and that this meeting was only, a half an hour, I suggest that we cancel the July 13th and August 10th work sessions for the summer. That is the meeting right after the public meeting. So we would still have our public meeting the first Tuesday, and then a work session on the third Tuesday. This would just eliminate for July and August, the first work session of the month. Does anyone have any objections or concerns about that? Okay, great. Jamie, do you need us to do anything to cancel that, or you can just?
Nope, I'll just make a note of it.
Okay, great. Awesome. So once again, that's July 8th, July 13th, I'm sorry, June 8th, July 13th, and August 10th. There will not be a council work session. So if you do go onto the Zoom link, you will be there watching the waiting for the meeting to start. So thank you, council. With that, I have no other comments. So at this time, we will open the floor to public comment. Can I get a motion to do that?
So moved, Tom Line.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries and our floor is now opened for public comment. So for the folks joining us on Zoom, if you could please raise your hand. By clicking the raise your hand button at the bottom of your screen, we will then unmute you and you can participate and engage with council. Jamie, you don't see anybody, right? Okay. Seeing no virtual hands, I'll ask for a motion to close the floor.
Motion?
And a second, please.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries and the floor is closed to public comment. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Our meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.
Have a good week.
Night.